Heinz brand is known worldwide. However, the city Pittsburgh views the Heinz brand as very different, in a very different way. The history of the Heinz family is deeply ingrained in Pittsburgh culture. The Heinz brand is now used all over America and across the world. The history of the Heinz family is that the parents, Anna and John Heinz, came over from Germany, and they immigrated over here, and then they had 8 children. They taught their children thrift and greed. They didn't teach anything about getting rich quick or anything like that. They taught their children that every profit should be fairly earned. Henry John Heinz, he was born on October 11th, 1814, and he was an amazing man. He was one of 8 children. He was the 6th out of the 8 children, which is kind of hard for me to believe because I'm the only child in my family, and I was like, what? 18 children? It seems kind of crazy to me. But as a little boy, him growing up, he sold vegetables from door to door. He would go in his backyard with his mom, and they would grow vegetables and things like that. And then he would go around to his neighborhood, to the houses in his neighborhood, and he would give vegetables, and he would be knocking on people's doors and asking them, hey, would you like any of these? As he got older, he started growing, grinding, and bottling, and selling his own brand of horseradish, which was pretty amazing because, who does that today? Just for fun, like in their backyard, or even in their basement. Nobody does that for fun. But how the Heinz establishment came about was mainly because in 1869 to 1967, it started small, and as he was a little kid, he just grew up, knowing what to do, what to do and how to interact with people, as he was little. And so then in 1908 to 1939, the Heinz brand had to fight the Depression, and they started selling baby food and soups. In 1940 to 1969, the grandson, or the founder of the brand, Jack Heinz, took over, and he made it more career known. He took it public. He made it world renowned, worldwide. But it wasn't for Henry John Heinz, who mainly just took it all over Pittsburgh and all over Pennsylvania. And then in 1970 to 1997, the Heinz brand reached the 1 billion mark, which was pretty cool. And then in 1998 and beyond, the Heinz brand started selling pet food and even started selling the green ketchup, which is kind of nasty. Some of Pittsburgh's favorite foods from this Heinz brand is horseradish, pickles, and ketchup. Horseradish is a root, and it's grown, and then they shave it down, and it's used to spice food up, make it really spicy. It's used to clear the sinuses and to be very refreshing. The pickles in the Heinz brand is really well known because the author from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, does anybody know what that movie is? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the author of before the movie was made, the book came out, which was called Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and the author is actually from Pittsburgh, which is kind of a cool fact. And then he had made a book called Pickles to Pittsburgh, which was kind of a cool fact. In Pittsburgh, pickles are used all around. They put them on sandwiches, just to slice them up, throw them on sandwiches, and stuff like that. But the really well-known Heinz brand product is ketchup. And the original name of ketchup, or not the original name, I'm sorry, but the origin of ketchup originally comes from China, which is really weird because it was used as an ingredient, the main ingredient of the ketchup the main ingredient in the ketchup that came from China was originally fish brine, which was sounds kind of gross once you think about it. But the Chinese, they used to say ketchup, the ketchup, and a lot of different pronunciations for ketchup. But it wasn't until Heinz, stepped in and said, no, we need to add some tomatoes to this little, to this, to the main ingredients to make it a more well-known thing. And in conclusion, while the Heinz brand is highly recommended in Pittsburgh, it is sold all over the world. You are now more informed on the Heinz brand of Pittsburgh, and the brand will continue to make the world a happier place.